Welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Zach. Today I'm going to be talking about EVFM as an update to my technical analysis, news, and company's information, as well as the rating that I would give it at the very end. Make sure to drop a like to this video to help the channel grow, subscribe, and leave your notifications on. At any point, if you feel you're missing out on any of these technical indicators and what they mean, you'll find in the description below a playlist that actually helps you understand these ones and what each one of them means. Let's jump right into it. We get to see on the 1 month 1 day here a really interesting perspective where the MACD has gone quite negative. Now, as a bit of a little bit of a different perspective, we're going to do 3 months 1 day, and you get to see the MACD here has just seen a reversal on a weekly basis on the week of 23rd of August, moving forward to the 30th of August. Now, yes, that is quite of a bearish sign where it basically did see a bullish sign on the MACD on the weekly interval and then subsequently right after a -1. I'm going to be discussing here a little bit of different indicators. So you get to see on the MACD it's gone quite negative. On the ADX it shows in sideways movement. 20% R is oversold. Momentum seems to be broken. Volume seems to be more of a lot of dumping today. And the moving averages here actually in fact look a bit mixed. So the 10 SMA is above 30 EMA, that is bullish. The stock price is below the 200 SMA and below the 50 SMA, that is bearish. ADX, that is bearish. Volume percent R bullish, momentum bearish, MACD bearish. Volume doesn't give us much. So we're going to be discussing into the price action for this one, but let's first go on to the 1 month 1 day perspective. Zooming in, we get to see MACD seems to be a little bit recovering in the aftermarket. Volumes is a little bit down. Unbalanced volume seems to be more dumping. ADX shows in a strong indication of a trend, even though this trend is negative. Volume percent R is in fact overbought in the extended market. Momentum is really rough, but it looks like it might be recovering. Now the moving averages here, you get a death star at 8 a.m. in the morning, and right on it does play where it hits a 52-week low. Believe it or not, 263 is a 52-week low. 30 EMA is above the 10 SMA. Stock price is below the VWAP and all moving averages, so that is a bearish move. Now moving on towards the moving average. Quite interesting here, you get to see it's trading way below the moving average band. Expected to trade on the bottom band between 287 and 320. Then above that, 352, so that is the range it's expected to trade in. Last time I drew a trend line and I said as long as it's above this trend line, I would still hold. Now, it has dropped significantly, so if you listen to my last DD, you would have had your stop limit somewhere below there and have sold already, and probably have sold somewhere around the $3 mark, and right now still looking at the stock. So taking a quick look, we're going to do Fibonacci retracements here. And we get to see here on the Fibonacci retracement that on the 263 mark, that is the 52-week low. The resistance that we're seeing is at 377. Now, if we were to increase the number of lines that we have, we get to see another one at the 333. Now, significant supports and resistances for this one. So the current support is the 263 mark. That is quite a significant one there. And then above that, we see the 272 mark. Right now, it has stopped right above 272, but above that, 276 is a resistance, 281, and then 286, 291, and then 292, and then 295, and then just above that on the 301 mark. Now, let's try to look at the latest news. So, you're probably wondering what kind of news came out that this company is actually seeing a 52-week low. Funny enough, it's a long-anticipated product launch. So, Bioscience announces U.S. commercial launch of Phexxi, lactic acid, citric acid, and potassium bitrate, the first and only non-hormonal on-demand prescription contraceptive gel. So, quite amazing that a stock that launches a product that is supposed to bring a lot of income to the company, a lot of revenue, is met by panic selling as if they declare bankruptcy, hitting the 52-week low and cutting right through it. So, quite interesting from my perspective, and a little bit more of a rambling on at this point. Another thing that I've seen this all the way back in August 21st, it basically approved the grant of 60 new employees of non-qualified stock options grants, but that didn't really play in terms of the stock. price movement. When it comes in towards their losses, net losses from last time, you're looking at 52.7 million for 3 months quarter. Now, looking at how much cash they have, we're looking here at there you go. Looking at how much cash they have around 123.6 million as of June 30th. Assuming that they've used already 3 months, they still have enough cash to continue on, at least for I would say quarter 3. So probably the probability of an offering coming wouldn't be until quarter 4. That is, of course, unlikely as well, because their new product launch brings in revenue. A lot of people seem to forget this one in this massive Russian sale. There is other catalysts coming as well. So what are some of the catalysts coming? Tomorrow we do have a presentation, I believe. So Tuesday to Friday, September 11th, EVFM investor presentation. I'm not sure if it's actually, it says 8 a.m. Not sure if it's daily thing, but there is a presentation here. If you click more, you do get sent to this page here. This say still between these 3 days. So I'm assuming that this is not an event. They just updated the presentation that I just showed you. Monday, September 14th at 3:30 p.m. to 3:50 p.m. 4 o'clock at September 16th. On the 18th, 11 to 11:30. And on Tuesday, 22nd, 10:50 to 11:30 a.m. So quite interesting. A lot of events coming up. So they are proactive. Now, coming in towards institutional buyers, and you're probably thinking, you know, what are institutions feeling about this one? So interestingly enough, we're not met by a lot of actions in the last 2 weeks, I would say. The last ones have been adding on rather than dumping on, but nothing significant here that we get to see. Now, even if we look at the insiders, we don't see anything significant as well. It looks like the last insider purchase was way back a few months ago. It was more back on, a few months ago at $2.99. Now, let's take a look into what is the current price action that we should be expecting for the stock. Now, it's quite complicated. The reason is that it really just cut right through its 52-week low. It's not like they released an offering, you know, perhaps if they even at some point, let's say, released a bankruptcy or chapter 11 statement, then it would jump back. And it seems that the market is that trash at this point in some places, in some perspective. Now, if you remember, if you look into 2018 low, it's $1.79, but ever since then it's been trading way above the 317. So it is quite significant that we consider this 263 perhaps as a possible bottom for right now. So that's my assumption to this. There is a lot of events coming in, so surprisingly, I do believe that there is a midterm potential for this one, depending on tomorrow's movement. Because tomorrow is usually a Friday sell-off, and so people tend to kind of sell their stocks. But beyond Friday, or at least if the price action starts a little bit recovering, for a medium term, and I would say medium term probably for the next month or so, given that the market does not crash. If the market crashes and, you know, we're all not playing in the market, you cannot come back and tell me, hey, you know, you said this one has potential. If the market crashes, all wraith go round. But this one does get an upgrade to a buy for me. This one does get a buy / average down for me for the medium term. What do you think about this sticker? Make sure you mention down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like. You have a wonderful day.